Hey everybody, welcome back. We are here with Game 2 in Champion Select between Reflex Gaming and Team jpak and friends. We are in Game 2 of the Grand Finals. This is a double elimination tournament. It is a best of 3 as well. Reflex are the winners bracket team, which means that they only need to win one best of 3 to win the full tournament, while jpak and friends have to win 2 best of 3s. And Reflex already won game 1, which means they are a single game, this game, if they win it, away from winning the whole tournament. jpak and friends need to make a comeback here and the next game, and then win the next BO3 to make it through and to win this tournament. Now, I believe it's possible for them. They are, of course, a very strong team. Everyone in this game, exceptionally good players. So we'll see if they can do it. I believe in them. I think they have what it takes. We will see how this goes. But you can see the picks right here, and wow, the Soraka Sivir actually grabbed again, the same as last game. But actually, what I find interesting here is actually this is the other team picking it. So you're going to see the Soraka Sivir purple team again, but it's actually jpak and friends grabbing that champion combo. I don't know if they just gave it a lot of respect from last time, or if they just really, I don't know what it is exactly, but certainly pretty entertaining there. Also to note, jpak and friends banning out Zillion and Rumble again, and actually this time also banning out Scion, banning that away from Reflex. Looks like Reflex's bans were identical as well, though Scion was an extra ban instead of, I forget actually, but they traded one out for that, although we see here that we have Cassiopeia, Twisted Fate, and Rammus. I believe those are the same bans as last time. And you're seeing actually Tristana and possibly Sona as well. So blue team is going to have this. So we're actually going to have the exact same bottom lane as before if they're going to leave the Sona pick in there. But the actual teams playing those champions are reversed. So Reflex going to be picking up the Tristana Sona as their blue team this time around. And jpak and friends actually going to be running the Sivir Soraka. They're purple this time around. So the potentially jungle Lee Sin, although that could be solo top as well. But that's going to be grabbed up there as a as that solo top champion, or sorry, as a solo top or jungle champion. But that's been locked up. We didn't see him last game. I don't think that was the ban from before, though that might have been the one. It was immediately first picked, so he certainly was very valuable there. They really wanted that Lee Sin. We're going to see here that we see a possibly a Cassidon. I think it's a really good choice there. Very strong champion, of course. I also wouldn't be surprised to see a little bit like a Karthus. And actually, it looks like they might go for a Skarner again. He was certainly a pretty effective champion last time. He had that great Baron steal, which gave his team a good opening to win the game. But unfortunately, the resulting team fight went horribly. And they are going to actually pick up a Cassidon here. So we are seeing some new champions come around here. We're seeing a Cassidon and a Lee Sin, both for the first time. We're going to see if they further differentiate these picks. We see Trinity are still available. Maybe they think they can counter lane him with something. That could be a little bit scary. We'll see what they do with this. They do need to pick the mage and the solo top, so they could leave the solo top to get counterpicked, but they have every option available for their mage to just counterpick this Cassidon. Let's see what they do with this. And that's going to be a Morgana and a... Oh, nice. Morgana and Akali actually are the grabs. This is going to be locked in right away. So I'm surprised at Akali because they're leaving Akali to possibly be counterpicked. Well, she could go mid against Cassidon and actually do pretty well. She's got the sustain to withstand Q spam. And has the burst to kind of mess with him when he goes for last hit. So I actually really like Akali. And yeah, okay, she's wearing Smite right now, but that's going to be a trade almost definitely. I actually really like Akali as mid, and then Morgana to counter whatever bruiser goes top, because Morg should have the ability to pretty much fight any bruiser. We could see like a Tryndamere in here. Although actually I don't think he'd be a good lane against Akali though, so maybe that would be bad. I'm not sure actually who wins that lane, Akali or Trynd. They've got 10 seconds left to pick this champion. We'll see what they go for this. It's going to be Nocturne? So is it lane Skarner or is it lane Nocturne then? Oh, they're leaving it though. So we'll see what they do. If it's lane Skarner or lane Nocturne. Well, no, they traded away the Nocturne, so it's still jungle Skarner and sell it. Okay, so they're going with lane Nocturne in this game. And again, it makes sense when you have that Sivir on your team. She buffs up everyone who uses basic attacks, and well, Skarner and Nocturne, they do like to land basic attacks. So I do like that champion. Although I would kind of prefer Sivir Sona. Yeah, the extra mana is nice, but if I'm going auras, I'm going all out on auras. Like, I'm going to give myself, everyone gets movement speed, everyone gets attack speed, everyone gets AP and AD, armor and magic resist. Like, I'm just going to make my entire team buff so that no matter who's doing well, we are all supporting him. Everyone is able to get assists that way. Sivir's going to get assists on her ult for every kill. Sona gets assists on her E for every kill. You're going to see Soraka gets that for the Wish if they're not at full health already. So you can certainly do that with Soraka as well. So those are the lineups, and we are into the game. And you can see here, Cully leading the way, boots and potions. Got Tristana hiding right behind that one. And you're going to see, Lee Sin and Morgana and Sona. Let's see what they can do with this. So this is game 2, as I said. Team Reflex Gaming. I forget what the sort of the suffix there or the prefix before or around Reflex is. They're up 1-0. They need to win. If they win this game, they have taken the tournament. If they lose, they've got about 4 more chances, to win 2 games. So, or even just 1. So they're gonna move on forward. Oh my gosh, Skarner is right there. All right, oh my gosh, Morgana's gonna go.
30 seconds until
Could they land something? They see Skarner. Dark Bunny goes out. They've landed it. They go for the damage up at Q. Spam goes out. He's flashed away just barely. He's got 106 health, and actually he's gonna make this alive. And wow, he's got 590 health. He's got actually a giant stack of health right there. I'm very surprised by actually how much that is, and it made it obviously excellent job there. But wow, and oh wow, Sivir didn't actually connect into the game. It looks like they're gonna be okay with this anyway. Mercy ruled that Sivir. I see. And here we are, and let's see. Oh my gosh, Skarner! Skarner, no! Dark Riding into his face again! He's gonna go for it again! No, Skarner! And they will pick up that first blood. Oh my gosh, I can't believe he didn't learn his lesson. I can't believe he didn't learn his lesson there. Oh my gosh. Oh, that's harsh. That's harsh. That's what you get for not breaking clairvoyance in your team, though. I don't like blame the support or anything at all. It's not his fault. Heal's an excellent spell, but you need to be able to play. You need to be able to understand, like, okay, my team can't check brushes with CV. Let me not check the jungle that they just invaded. Maybe he thought, like, Reflex was like, well, we invaded, now they know we're here, we should back out. I could understand if that was a thought process, but dude, that's just harsh. You got pretty much rolled right there. But I think Nocturne's gonna have a pretty good time in this lane, actually. Probably's already gotten hurt a little bit here. Nocturne, of course, last hitting quite well. Does have Spell Shield if Akali ever jumps in there. And off the very beginning, actually, we see that Kassadin is spamming away on Morgana quite a little bit. We could see how this Lee Sin is doing around the jungle. He's picked up those lesser golems, and now he's going to move on to the Wraith camp. So he's not clearing all that quickly, but he did steal that blue, which is going to be very helpful against Skarner. Skarner really does want blue. The quota reduction is very, very massive. The extra mana to burn doesn't hurt either. See Morgana actually getting her health back up rather quickly. She did go boots potion, so that does explain part of that. Some good spam here from Kassadin. Has done some good damage here to Morg. Let's see. Wow. Yep. Just the spam coming in. Actually, I really like that harass there from Tristana. Actually, just harassing with explosive shot. The thing is, the base damage of that spell is like 100-something damage, which of course, is mitigated by MR, so that's something. But you're doing 100-something damage, and then you're reducing healing gain by 50% for 5 seconds. And so basically, just take whatever the HP 5 of that champion is, and then cut it in half, and that's the bonus damage that spell deals, which isn't necessarily a ton. Like, she's probably at like 6 HP 5, so it's like, oh no, you did 3 more damage. But like, it's there, right? And as the game goes on, it actually grows, which is, I think, hilarious. And then also, if you're teamed up with like a Soraka or a Sona, if they heal you during that span, you basically just burn through another half that heal, which is actually pretty useful. It's also extremely good if they chug a healing potion. You're gonna cut off another 25 health out of that. And you know, when you're considering a spell that only deals 110 damage in the first place at rank 1, getting extra like 30 damage is really not bad. 30 damage matters quite a lot, actually. It's kind of the difference between like running armor pen like reds and 80 per level reds. Like, one of those champions are going to win that fight, and it's one with, you know, who's doing, you know, 10% more damage. And actually, here comes the Fear Tether. Latin Mortis actually, and here comes Onion Bagel as well. They've actually jumped onto Nocturne. Nocturne not in good shape. He's trying to get away. He flashes, but Ignite is on. That could be very, very dangerous. Now we're going to see what this, oh my gosh, Lee Sin, they're running around. Has to be afraid. Onion Bagel actually backs up off of that one. He's jumping onto Probably. Loud is still nearby. Morgana comes by, actually lands the Dark Binding. Onion Bagel not in good shape right now. Now getting pushed around. Can they do enough damage? Loud Mortis does jump over. And actually, Onion Bagel still getting away right now. Jumping through onto Probably. Onion Bagel not in a happy place. And actually, a minion dropped Lee Sin. Somehow he managed to take that much damage. The teleport comes back in there. Onion Bagel comes around. And that is another kill picked up there by Olivia Chachi. So, that was a very, very strange battle. But basically, only one kill is actually picked up there, officially. So that battle basically went 2-2. Technically, it went 2-2 as they did kill that Nocturne right away, and they got another kill onto, I believe it was the Skarner. However, they got the kill back onto Akali, and then Lee Sin got executed. So while he didn't get the gold for the kill on Lee Sin, obviously, he did get the experience. You know, it was killed by something on his team, and it died. So we got experience for that level, level 4 Lee Sin. So he got kind of like half a kill out of it. Like, that's not like graphed anywhere on this scoreboard, but like, he did get experience for him dying. That's there. It exists. There's something to be said for that. But Lee Sin died to minions. A little bit funny, IMO. And yeah, interesting. Kassadin last hitting, of course, at turret. Dodging that Dark Binding. Not quite landing that one, though. SSW had ran out. He was last hitting with that. And actually, one thing that's incredible to me is Kassadin is out last hitting Morgana. Now, granted, Morgana went and like ganked top, so that's obviously part of it. But Kassadin did pull ahead in minion kills by doing so. Now, I'll take the Morgana trade and pick up a kill and an assist. That's no problem. I'm happy to do that. But at the very least, Kassadin is you know, keeping up as far as lane control goes outside of that moment. So can't say that's too bad. Onion Bagel still waiting around. Of course, Lee Sin doing the same. Skarner off in the wings. And I feel like Sivir feels more afraid right now. Like, you can see that she's getting actually poked on by Triss. And actually, there comes the Nocturne. Gonna ult up there, trying to get away, actually. Does juke that one shot from Lee Sin, and actually looks like he might make it out. Red Flubber actually getting pulled right into that turret. Damage output is massive. Oh, the Dark Binding hits Onion Bagel at the turret. Oh, and Azulon comes by, and then does a nice kill from Kassadin. This time he actually followed Morgana around, and that was such an excellent pull, and that is why I love Skarner so very much. Morgana had burned her Black Shield onto, I believe it was Akali or Lee Sin, one of the two, and just got pulled right into that turret. She did get away with Flash, but it was like, actually, Kassadin. And that was very, very excellent play. Good job right there. And you can see these items still just getting just churned out from all these players. And so now, again, if you count that execute as a kill, it's 3-3 in the scoreboard. And this gold is almost identical now. They've actually caught right back up despite giving away that first blood. They basically caught up in everything. And that poor Skarner, who again was forced to burn Flash and then died. 29 versus 30 in minion kills. He's actually right up there with that Lee Sin. Not really that bad. Doing all right. He's got a Philo Stone as well, which means he's actually going to be in pretty good shape overall. Let's see what they can do. Oh wow, Nocturne getting jumped on actually a fair amount by this Akali. Akali doing some good damage, dropping him to half. Of course, Nocturne has good sustain, but we'll see how that pans out. Looks like he's going to go for Regulus. Has a Philo Stone as well, which means that gold per 10 going to be adding up. And just the general power there is going to be quite a lot. Of course, he is still maxing Dustbringer as a jungler would do. And actually, I kind of like this because they have Nocturne, Kassadin, Skarner, which means they have really good assassination here. And actually, oh my gosh, sorry, I missed a kill there on Morgana in the middle. Kassadin trying to run away there. Onion Bagel actually staying on that Immortus. If he had a little bit more mana, they could have stayed because he doesn't have a good way of getting away. Yeah, he could jump to a minion, kind of, but I don't know. I think it was a possibility still. Onion Bagel actually, I still feel like he could fight this Lee Sin. I mean, red buff is scary, but he's got permaslow. Nocturne's just waiting at the turret. Is afraid of Akali for good reason. And just, yeah, so much gold. He gets a lot of health back as well, of course. And at night, oh, I like that right there. He actually hits the other minions to trigger his passive, so his passive hits more units and gives him more health back. I really like that from Nocturne. That was a very smart play. That's one of the things you can do as lane Nocturne realizes that these minion waves are bigger than most jungle camps. You're actually going to get more health back on that passive. So you're pretty well sustaining. There's Nocturne again coming in there, actually immediately blown up there. Nice job there by Akali and Lee Sin, just completely crushing his face over. You see the bottom left, Sivir has maxed Q as with last time, and if last time is any indication, W is next. That Immortus maxing Q, W and E both rank 1. We'll see how that pans out. And, ooh, Morgana's going to be donated a golem buff. Going to be happy about that one. It's a Skarner. Oh, good flash back from Sona. And a pushback as well by... oh, wow, and Nocturne was right there as well. They really wanted to go for that one. And wow, Nocturne burned Summoner Teleport for that. They really wanted to get those kills. However, this does allow them to push through, and this is why they did this. They actually teleported while Skarner ganked to try to push away bottom lane. And when you make a lane recall, you get a free dragon because they can't 5 feet for you. So they did take this over. Of course, Akali's been pushing top, which means she's hurting that turret quite a lot. And nice, Golden Buff could be given away as well to this Kassadin. So jpak and friends really turned this game around. They got, you know, that early setback, but they're doing an excellent job of returning through. They've picked up a dragon. They're actually almost equal in gold again, despite that first blood being given away, as with the last game. They're in good shape here. And remember that execute, there's 1 extra kill worth of experience that's given away. Yeah, this Akali doing some really, really good damage. A little bit of damage from that turret, but she's got spell vamp, she'll be okay. Let's see how this pans out. Good damage from Trist, pushing down on these guys. Crawley and Metamortis still getting pushed around. Actually, it's so weird seeing Nocturne and Skarner in the same, place because you expect them both to be junglers. Like, I know Skarner solo top is a little bit more common now, but then it's actually not even Skarner solo top. Wow, Metamortis taking a lot of damage from Azula, but oh my gosh, the damage from that turret is massive. Metamortis not in good shape. He's going to push in there. They do pick up that kill, but Nocturne ran in and tanked the turret or something because he actually died. Unless it was like, I mean, you know, he doesn't have Ignite. He didn't kick him for the ult. Like, was that like just Q or something? Like, I'm not even sure how Nocturne died there. Because Skarner was full health and he could have just tanked that turret no problem. As well as going to push down on these minions. Does get some decent last hits. 79 there versus 94 though. Morgana has gotten far, far ahead in minions. Although Kassadin are now winning in kills. And of course not losing in deaths, so that's always nice. Some good damage onto this Sivir. Sivir getting pushed around a little bit by Sivir. She got good AoE, but of course I knew she was able to spam those heals back. Not in bad shape at all. Let's see. Oh, top lane. Yeah, Nocturne's going to have full health in a second. There we go. Spins around. Plus 80 health. Not too bad. Let's see. Yeah, Nocturne pushing around. Alright. Bottom lane farming it up. There's a ping on to Lee Sin, actually. Lee Sin invading the jungle, but he's been revealed, so this could be a little bit scary for him. Cassidy could come down. There's a ping right there. Says maybe you should worry about that. Blue team ping, so Reflex is a little bit afraid of, like, enemy lower golem. Lattimore going back into his jungle. Sees nothing there. Red Flag blocking out that shot from that Cassidy. Wow, good aggression. A lot of pain right there, actually. Just jumping in there. Riftwalk, QE. Plenty of damage up dealt there. Excellent there by the Cassidy. Oh, there's a Nocturne coming in there as well. And oh my gosh, probably not in good shape. Tries to jump to a minion. Flash comes out, though, from Nocturne. That's going to be a very safe kill there. Good pickup. 5-5. That actually equalizes kill score now, despite having a 3-1 deficit early on. They've really turned this one around. They've picked up 4-2, and oh my gosh, there's the silences. Arcanite's trying to get away. Oh my gosh, damage on Ainu, which is a lot. Getting down to half health, but Sona's in decent shape now. Going to start getting that heal going. And Minion has slain a purple turret, so first turret blood. Basically traded back and forth, though. Morgana does push one away for Reflex, but Nocturne fires back for jpak and friends. So still one turret apiece. Purple team are winning by 1 dragon. See if they can keep this advantage up. 141 minions. This is Tristana. Constantly Tristana winning in minions against Sivir. So it really seems that Sivir is a very late game style choice because it seems that she's lost lane both times so far. For either team. Some good damage to these minions. Okay, there we go. Yeah, going for the last hits. 124, 112, 145 versus 126, 104. So significant minion kill advantage. Only 82 with the Nocturne as well. So Reflex actually dominating in last hits quite a lot. But despite that, gold advantage is still in jpak and friends' favor. And again, I really like their team fight presence. They have that Sivir ult into Nocturne and Skarner. They've got Skarner in general, which is just so powerful. Now, they don't have that Skarner Trist like last game, which I was a fan of, but still a possibility, of course. You do have Tristana Lee Sin, though, so there's a couple of chances there for a little bit of trickery. Alright, so we're pushing on through, just good damage against all these minions. Blue team actually has invaded the jungle. Morgana coming in as well. I don't know if they've timed red or something. They've actually gotten revealed that the ping went off. I think they saw that Morgana had went up to the jungle, but they're like all the way by mid. Like they want to find Cassidy or something. Interesting. Maybe they were like, I think they were like trying to bait like Cassidy and go help because they're gonna get Nocturne, but actually like camp in the spot that Cassidy would go to defend. Looks like though. Actually, they might come in there for this dragon. Nope, they're not there in time. jpak and friends picking up another dragon kill. That is the second in a row. They are controlling that objective quite well. Pings from blue team up in the enemy jungle. It's like they want to invade, but they haven't really gone for anything. Catherine nearby. Doesn't get much anything out of that. Here we go. Nocturne ults in. They do find Inubish. Gonna have to burn that flash there. Not too bad. 2.5 minute cooldown on that Nocturne ult, but still. Making someone burn flash. Much longer cooldown. Not too bad. See what they can do. They're going to push on through. A lot of damage out of being dealt still. And it looks like actually Reflex are trying to push this turret down, but they're out of minions, so they can't. There we go. A new minion wave comes up, and they're going to go for this one. Tristana, of course, full of damage. But look at that. They're all right there, though. And here comes Azulal. He's not going to be in a happy place, actually. Probably actually getting pushed back. They should stay on this. Tristana could do some more damage here. I'm surprised they didn't kill the turret. I think they split their focus a little bit too much. Certainly Cassidy did AoE down some of those minions that helped them a bit, but I feel like they could have done more damage to the turret. Instead of pushing through on Cassidy, they would have gotten that turret kill. Because certainly Cassidy didn't really die by any means. He's actually full health right now. Oh my gosh, Arcanite on top of a ward. They could burst through. He's actually in there. Slow goes out, makes him burn. I guess that's fine. Blue buff spells don't matter for Kassadin, and Rocket Jump has a cooldown, but it's not that gigantic, so I guess it'll be okay. Anivigo comes by, they could go for a push. Here comes Sivir. Lee Sin off from the side. They're going to jump in. Tristana gets out of the way. Azal not getting focused on. They've got to be careful, though. Kassadin is chasing down onto Trist, and they've all been dancing inside the turret. Still more damage coming out. Anivigo does go down, and now they're trying to get away, but jpak actually binded inside that turret. Red Flubber going to go in for the ult. Does land that. Another one is picked up. Lattimortis goes down. Red Flubber still around there. Does pick up on the Bamf. Now Onion Bagel not in good shape. Tristana jumps in there. Another kill picked up. 7 and 7. They've actually traded equally 2 for 2. Kassadin's so incredibly low. Can he get out? Oh my gosh, no, he won't! Oh wow, Tristana picks up that kill. Great job there. They managed to pick up 3 kills, lost 2. Reflex coming out ahead there. That was a great initiation, just out of nowhere. Sona was like, surprise! You know, got the dance going on. Sivir ulted, but it was just Lee Sin out of nowhere. Morgana showed up and really carried that team out because I think she actually enabled all of the kills that they got were through Morgana ult. So good reactions there by Red Flubber, making that one happen. Arcanite getting that turret finally. And they're now winning in turrets. They've equalized the gold despite being down 2 dragons. Being up a kill in a turret pretty much equalizes that when you out CS every other lane. So good stuff here so far. They're doing well. They're doing well. So let's see what else they can do. Onion Bagel, it's just a Wraith. There you go. I knew he was running around with double Philo Stone. He has double Philo Stone. I mean, it's fairly goal efficient, and I'm sure he does want Shirelles at some point, but that seems strange to me. And they're going to jump in onto Probably right now. They actually jump in with the Nocturnal first. And actually, oh my god, he's actually out of the cloud right now, trying to get away. Looks like they're still in range, though. And, oh, pulled in by Skarner. This is not going to look happy. Probably still getting pushed around. That is going to be a death. Good pick up there for these guys. They did kill that Akali. Now actually Sivir not in a happy place right now. Lattimortis getting pushed around a little bit, but still, oh, and he kicks her back into the enemy team. Does get away. Actually, oh no, Sona, but here comes Tristana and jpak getting completely caught out there. Goodbye, and wow, Reflex picking up another killer, 9 to 8, of course. That was traded back as they had lost a Akali not long ago. Good damage coming off on all sides here. That ended up working out entirely well, I think. At least they managed to push back Sivir to get away, and then they caught Soraka. It worked. Whatever, man, it worked. So, you know, nice job by Lattimortis, and let's see what the guys can do. Bam. Well, some good damage up here. Kassadin doing some work. Of course, Skarner doing most of the work, but Kassadin does want that golden buff. 73 gold, richer as well. Thank you very much. Morgana has her Hourglass, actually rushed it. Went Mertred's Hourglass. She's actually going not full mage. You know, certainly 235 ability power is not nothing, but no Sork shoes. And oh wow, Onion Bagel getting jumped on. Look at that damage output. Gets a wish in, but it might not be enough. The jump is on, and that is going to be a kill. Probably going to get out of that one. They're going to be fine. 10 to 8. They picked that one up quite stylishly. They're still down in kills, though, as 2 dragons in a turret will do that for you. Or still down in gold, I should say. There we go. jpak and Bamf pushing down bottom, and they're doing an excellent job. But look at that Soraka heal on to that cannon minion. That is phenomenal. It just stayed there at half health the entire time. A lot of free armor, and of course the extra health coming in. Doesn't suck at all. Alrighty, so they're in pretty good shape there. Alright, Lee Sin comes on through and he's off onto the dragon. And they're going to go for this one to see what kind of damage he can deal with this. Well, he's actually basically soloing it, so a lot of damage actually is being dealt here. And looks like, here, jpak is nearby. No, they're going to get it for free, though. They're going to get that one, and no one's really jumping on them. I think they needed to wait for the last member. Okay, well, Nocturne's still pushing top. Tristana is possibly defending. Looks like that's going to be safe. Sona making her way back over. Let's see. Oh, the person has stopped for a short time. Let's look at these sort of the lineups and who's sort of winning right now. So the gold does have an advantage for jpak and friends. And like I said, I do like their late game because they have that Sivir plus a couple of auto backers. I'd really like Kassadin throughout the game as well. He's actually gotten himself in a pretty good way. But actually, here comes jpak getting away just barely from Probably. Probably does a little bit of damage. But actually, here comes Ladamortis getting caught out as well. Oh my gosh, the damage up from Nocturne. Actually, a good Sivir shield as well. Manages to block that kick. Was about to knock her up into the air, but she had managed to stop that one. So an excellent play overall. And now they're going to go in for a push. Arknight actually still up at top. Might go for a turret push, but jpak and friends are looks like 4 versus 1 right now. As Sona's up in the middle, Morgana's the only one defending down here, and they're going to go for the pressure. They do have everyone else. They do have these minions here. They're going to go for the turret still. Morgana's able to pick off minions, but that's it. Tristana has recalled back, so has Sona, but it's still overall a 5v3 on the map, although Skarner pushing mid and not bottom with his team means that Inhibitor's not going to go down. But Skarner, some good damage off on this middle turret. I don't know if it's going to be enough, but he's certainly trying. He's got Aegis. It's helping him out a little bit. And if he's going to retreat out, not going to be the business. Let's see what else these guys can do. Skarner just pushing through. Dominating these minions quite nicely. Tristana getting herself a red buff, and it's very useful as well. Let's see what these guys can do about this. They're pushing through. Looks like Reflex actually on the aggressive, although they don't have their Akali just yet. Putting wards down. They've cleared wards as well. And they are baiting a Baron, and I actually like I don't know if I like this position. Well, actually, I think Reflex is best in small quarters because it's going to be harder to navigate away from Sona and Morgana's ultimates. It means that the amount of area control that Tristana and Lee Sin give are going to be really good. It gives a little bit less room for Akali to maneuver if she can't get away from the tanks while she's pushing out of squishies. It also means there's a lot of places for someone to flash over wall and completely escape her. It also means that Skarner's a good place, but I think confined quarters are better for Reflex. They did manage to push down top turret. They got one turret for that. They're all recalling now as jpak actually pushing through mid as well. They're up 4,000 gold now, or well 3,400 I should say. But they're winning 6-3 on turrets, and they're going to push down another one if they're not careful. They've already got it down to half. The damage of it is massive. Look at that. They dropped in like 4 seconds. There comes the push. Pressure is on. Arknight actually already dropped down immediately. He jumped in there and got owned. Ladamortis not in great shape. Morgana ult does go down. A lot of kills actually coming out of that one. Looks like Nocturne not in a happy place. That one will be picked up. Probably might go down as well. Ladamortis still going to stay up into that one. They have to go for the damage up. It looks like a 2 versus 2, maybe a 3 versus 2 going on here. And can they get enough damage? Actually, Sivir refusing to fall down, picked up 2 kills in a row, and now it's iNubish, who's just not in a happy place, and wow, they managed to just clear that one. This Sivir just stayed alive in that fight, and that is good for her. She's going to be happy about that one. Let's have the Aegis, of course, from the teammate. There's Skarner, and just the lifesteal from the Bloodthirster, and just the crazy attack speed and crits coming through from that Phantom Dancer, which is pretty much massive there. He's going to be happy about that one, and they're just going to, just going to recall on back. Going to be nice and happy. And just look at that. That team fight was about to be terrible for them, and jpak and Fresh just came through and said, actually, we're going to take 2 inhibitors. Thank you very much. They managed to not kill Sivir at all. Now, they did pick up the kills onto Nocturne. They got the Soraka. They got the Kassadin, and those are all good people to kill, of course. But Sivir just cleaned up, straight up, just cleaned up that fight. That was definitely excellent. I think I just have to hand that partially at least to Tristana. Actually rocket jumped into the enemy team, and that was just a very scary thing to actually do. That did not really go well, so not exactly happiness. You see that this Skarner building up towards Frozen Heart is going to be pretty massive there as well. It's going to pretty much almost max out his cooldown reduction. You look at that, and he's already got Shirley's Reverie plus, he's got 30% right now just from items. Of course, that can grow pretty easily. Put a scoreboard back up, and you can see a massive 260 minion kills and a couple of champions. But hold on, guys, because here comes Lee Sin, and Morgana almost lands the Dark Binding, and Lundybago just in there right away. Oh my gosh, he got Buster Shotted with Tristana. Oh wow, that's just harsh. Yeah, they're screwed. Look at all this damage. Red Plumber gonna drop down right here. Lattimortis not in great shape as well. Two already falling down. Trying to jump over there. I knew which has flashed, but Lee Sin falling as well. And now they're going to try to escape. Probably might make it out here, but they've just pinged for the Nexus. And I can't believe that. He got hit by Skarner ult as he was getting Buster Shotted, which means that Skarner got pushed away and dragged Tristana with him. And Tristana got just destroyed because of that. As well gets freaking crushed right there by Probably, but can't do quite enough damage. Very, very low. One more tick of Ignite would have almost done it, but gets just enough health back to survive that one. And this is going to be the Nexus in 30 minutes and a half. Great job by jpak and friends. They've taken this game over. And it's going to be a game 3. See if they can do it.